This is Pod Stew. What up? Greetings. First and foremost, shout out to all my subscriber. Chewy, I see you. Thank you for subscribing. Man, your comment is important. Let me just start by saying that, because I'm that guy. I'm that guy too. I'm that person that, when you see somebody stepping out of their comfort zone or maybe putting in some work for something like a labor of love type thing, you want to show them that appreciation and keep doing it, man. Or person, they, them, I don't know. I didn't click. I was going to click, but, figured I'd keep the mystery alive. So yeah, hopefully the intention is for it to get better and better. And I do love podcasts and I watch a lot of them, and I wanted to participate. You know what I'm saying? I produce music. I send these guys beats and stuff. Scissor Bros played one of my beats. I was super stoked about that, and I figured, why not start my own little thing and have a little creative outlet with some of the shows that I love, and flex some of these skills. You know what I'm saying? But this week it almost didn't happen. It was Father's Day. I'm a father, and it was also my birthday, big 3-9. You know what I'm saying? So, but I did pull something off. You know what I mean? I barely remember what I recorded here, but if you see something you like, throw me a subscribe, throw me a, the bell, whatever that means. Bitcoins. I also expect, Doge. I accept Dogecoin. I don't know what I'm talking. Let's go. Let's see what we got here today.
I'll just tell people what I'm in.
Oh,
yeah, people don't know.
Yeah, you can.
So I can say it now.
Okay. Were you not allowed to at some point?
No, but you never really talked about it.
Yeah, but you made it seem like you were not supposed to
talk
talk about it.
No, I could. I just didn't want to talk about it because I didn't know what it was, and I don't know how it was going to go.
All right, so tell everybody what you're doing.
All right, so I...
do I have stuff in my teeth?
No.
Great.
No.
I should spit out this gum.
So there's this video game called...
Rudy, how have you been? I really want to know.
I'm good.
I feel like your energy is so good today.
Also your energy.
Grazie.
Okay. So,
shout out to my boy Pete downstairs.
Pete. Big Pete.
Shout out to Pete.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Shut up. Go ahead.
All right. Are you going to do that one of those comedy bits again?
It's a comedy show.
I know, but
there's a pretty good chance I'm going to do it again.
All right. But now I'm going to be apprehensive, but I'll try.
Yeah.
And then do your bit again.
Here's what we always do.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the bit again.
I know, but now it's like I'm anticipating the bit.
Yeah.
So I don't want to really fully get into the fucking thing.
Don't anticipate it.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, there's a video game called "What's Up, Andreas?"
No,
See, I did it before.
You did it for you.
I did it before you. I'm gonna do it before you.
You did it for you.
Yeah.
Stop bumping the table. You're gonna knock my head down.
And so there's a video game called Borderlands, and they made a movie about it. And where'd you get your shirt?
No.
Yeah, welcome back, Bobo. He just shot, I guess, Borderlands with Kevin Hart and Jack Black and some other folks, JLC. If you watch Tiger Belly, you know who that is. And yeah, man, glad to have him back. Let's see what else we got on here.
Hold on a second. We were making fun of the fact that Steven had Kleenex on his table, which is pretty funny, let's be honest. He's sitting there with gun holsters and tissue. I mean, what is he crying every second? So listen to this.
Get out of here. That's due to allergies, okay? So I had a bronchial thing, which is community guidelines in immutable condition. It's just
this Steven Crowler guy is, I think, like a internet troll or something like that. Political fella. I don't know too much about politics. Or anything for that matter, but let's see.
Even with his allergies, don't put the tissue on your desk. It's funny. All right, don't get so twisted up. Look how twisted he gets about me laughing about him crying all the time. He needs a box of tissue on his desk.
But I guess there's a ceasefire here, so we can talk about any genetic conditions like the lack of chin, lack of beard, 120-pound man wearing the Cinderella bandana on his head.
That one I didn't get. What's the 120-pound man?
Cinderella.
I don't.
I couldn't really
If
follow.
he's talking about me, I am not 120 pounds. Trust me, dude. We don't have it. Right. Well, anyway.
And to compensate with the beard that he uses just for men, or the
That's my
eyebrow phrase
favorite.
like E.T. in the cornfield? It's so stupid, bro.
Foul.
The point is,
I always think it's like hilarious when people actually go to the debase themselves to making fun of my Tourette's. You know, it's like, well, okay, dude.
Yeah, that's not a good look. Ugly. I think there's more clips of him. I think they were supposed to have a debate. For what reason, I don't know. But he surprised them by having Sam Cedar on from what's that show called? Some political show. And I think that dude had been ducking him for a while. I think that's the narrative, I guess. But more on that later.
I bet you've blown so many radio guys' minds.
Felipe Esparza, dude, one of the funniest guys living right now, for real. Watch his specials. He's got at least, I think, one or maybe probably two on Netflix. I think one just came out like pretty recently. This dude's hilarious.
The first time they meet you, because you're such a unique like personality and style, and they're like, "Who's coming?" "Oh, it's a comedian." Like, okay, and you come in. I bet they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Like I was doing an interview one time with in Houston. This is when I didn't know anything. Joe Diaz didn't go. It was me and him co-headlining, but I'm the only one to radio.
Yeah,
and the radio guy was like, old white dude, man, like old white dude, that kind of white dude. He sleep with a shotgun, you know.
Yeah.
Like, he had the name for a shotgun.
Yeah,
but he started talking about. He tried to like promote his favorite restaurant for free on the show.
Yeah.
You know, Felipe, you know, sometimes, you know, when I really get tired, I go have some margarita at this restaurant, blah, blah, blah. Then he starts talking about shotguns, you know. And he goes, you know about shotguns, right? I'm pretty sure your people have shotguns back in LA. and I said, I play along. No, man, we don't have shotguns. You know how big a shotgun is instead of a car to shoot somebody? We use pistols, sir. And we hold them sideways.
Did he love it?
He just got quiet.
He got quiet.
But we'll be at the Improv, sir.
Friday, Saturday. Holy shit, man!
They're not used to like seeing. They're used to seeing the Mexicans they see getting caught. You know,
Yeah.
coming into the border. You know, the short ones. You know,
The little, yeah, not
you
big
know,
guys.
they're not used to seeing the 6 foot ones when they've been here since the 70s.
Right.
They kind of assimilated into American culture.
Yeah.
While still having a Mexican culture also.
Yeah, you're right.
I found out by a
Yo, shout out to all the first generation Americans.
girl that is like she used to be a lesbian but not no more. She got into a fight with his mom in high school and bit her nipple off.
So you dropped that on him?
Bro, hell yeah, bro. And then
Oh, he's talking about roasting a kid in high school.
But you know that red mole I had right here? He had one in his fucking under his nose, a black one. So what's up, man? How come you have your mouth nipple on your lip?
Ooh.
And he had like a half. He had like a brother that didn't think so well, you know, man. He was like,
Yeah.
back then, you know, he was retarded, man, but not anymore. You know, he was just I didn't know what they call him now, but he's slow.
He didn't think so well. Is another way to
He
say
was
it.
slow, bro. Like, he would go in that bus with a Ram helmet, you know, with a Rams helmet, and
I don't know. That's yeah. Felipe Esparza, everyone. Oh boy. All right.
Oh, here he goes.
Okay. This is interesting episode of Kill Tony. I think Joe Rogan and Duncan Trussell came out and I was stoked. And they left before the first comedian got called, I'm pretty sure. And then Alex Jones was a guest, and I'm pretty sure Alex Jones left too. But y'all remember this dude, he likes to smell women's feet. And Like he's super into it. It's his, it's his thing. And he's super funny too. I've seen like whatever his minutes are real funny. So they called a woman up to smell her feet, and then Alex Jones jumps in on the action, and lady looks a little reluctant, but.
What do you think,
hey,
David?
That doesn't smell like nothing, dog. Might as well smell my fucking arm.
Hold on, wait.
Let me check and make sure it's not bad. Let me see.
Hold on. Oh, shit.
It smells pretty. I gotta say, she's got some clean ass feet.
Yeah.
That smells like Dove Bar or something, or Irish Spring over there.
I'm about to fucking vomit.
Yeah. Yeah, she instantly put her socks right back on. And she does kind of give her foot over to him, but as the sniffing's going on by Alex Jones, well, my stomach starts to turn, and then also she's kind of like, no. That's creepy. Shout out Alex Jones. He was also on. Let me see if
I'm
that
telling
was
both the Paul brothers, if you don't get in the ring with me at the same time, you're with Jeffrey Epstein. And I'm going to steal your hat.
Let me see what you do.
Take this, Logan Paul. Jeffrey Epstein, fuck you.
Oh, shit.
Show him the mitts. Show the mitts.
Uh-oh.
No, Epstein, don't hurt.
Uh-oh. Look at my man in the corner. Yo, my man all the way on the left over here is like, all right, the bit's over, Alex Jones. You could chill now. Like the bit was over back here. All right, bit's done.
Show him the mitts. Show the mitts.
No, Epstein, don't hurt.
I know this guy, Look. Oh man. Yeah, we all know this guy. We all know this guy. You can't put a pair of boxing gloves on him. Let's see. The People's Party podcast. Super dope. Talib Kweli runs that. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I always had a problem with the term mumble rap too, because it's just mumbling if you don't understand what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's kids that do understand exactly what they're saying, and it's just not for you, So I'm glad that term has kind of been deaded. Let's see what else Yassine Bey has to say. That's it. That's what we're doing here, folks. Preacher Lawson.
I was getting in the shower.
This is at the beginning of the new Jeremiah Wonders, and Preacher Lawson's I'm pretty sure an Orlando guy. Shout out Florida, where I'm out here in Florida, and I guess he was trying to. And I do this to my friends. I tell them I'm not showing up while I'm in their driveway. That thing. So this is the result of that.
DM me. I literally saw red as I was naked right outside of the shower. And I was like, I'm not like a person who uses throws around the word respect. But
I thought you were going to say the N-word for some reason. I'm not the guy that throws the N-word around. But when a black guy plays these games with me.
Yeah. All right, we got Scissor Bros right here. And real quick, I just want to say that I'm going to try not to have, too many spoilers. I want to encourage you to go watch the full episodes, because that's really the way that these things are supposed to be enjoyed. And, I'm going to try not to play the best parts, You know, if that makes sense. You know, I'm gonna play parts that move me or parts that made me giggle and that sort of thing. But you know, the real laughs come from sitting down, listening to the intro and listening to the outro. You know, so I know if you're a podcast fan, that's probably how you already enjoy these, and that's why I don't mind keeping this thing long. Although this week's episode is going to be shorter, with probably less editing, just because, you know, time. But if you dig it, please let me know. Thanks.
I doubt that our stomachs could.
Oh yeah, they made some disgusting concoction, and yeah, these boys are gonna end up hurting themselves. I don't know what to say.
Started.
Okay, so we're gonna your facial.
Out of-
Hold up. You know what brings me the most joy is what you just did there.
What?
Like 10 seconds ago, that face where you look at the camera. I love that.
What?
That's why I come back every week.
The torture, the pain in my
to
eyes.
see that facial expression. I freaking love it.
Dude, Steve.
I love it.
Steve.
I love you for that. Hey, you know, that looks kind of cool, man. It looks like thunder.
All right.
Looks like thunder. Shout out to Stevie Weeby. And yeah, man, that's why I love those guys, because those little sensitive moments, you know. And I'm on the sensitive side, you know, so there's some jokes that you guys might be okay with that I'm not necessarily. I got kids, you know what I mean? Like when parents will call their kids like, oh yeah, I had to take that little bitch to gymnastics, you know, like, I can't fuck with you. But hey, maybe they're great parents, I don't know. But I don't have time to find that out. So, but I forgot why that. Oh, because I'm a little on the sensitive side, and that's why I like Bobby Lee too. Like he says, Papa likes to get real sometimes. Let's see what he says.
As a disease,
Yeah.
we're gonna need. I can't get into specifics, but we need your life essence.
Okay.
And you will die to save your child.
And my follow-up question is this, and this is probably going to sound weird.
It's okay.
Is it going to hurt?
It's an important question.
When we remove your life essence, it will hurt you.
Hold on. This is not an instance where he's getting real. This is improv, where they asked if you would trade your life for your baby's life.
Pain. Something you've never felt before.
How long?
So there's two methods. The only method we have available is the 3-day one. There is a quicker pill, but we ran out.
You don't have a 48-hour one?
I'm sorry, we have a 3-day
They
one.
ran out of barbiturates.
You don't have a two... Does Pfizer have a one?
I'm sorry, we relocated to other countries.
Oh, really?
It's a 3-day.
It's a 3-day one. So you're saying that...
You tell me, what's the most agonizing thing in your mind, you would think?
A metallic helmet on my head without any padding.
Well, it's like that, but worse.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
So it's basically, it's going to be... now, where will I be? Can I do it at home?
No, actually, we do it in front of people.
Oh, it's a showcase.
We bring your closest friends and family.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? Can I be on drugs for it?
You know what? I'll give you that.
Oh, I can have opiates?
It will. You can have opiates, but it will add 2 more
Your
days.
face light up.
5 days.
5 days of excruciating.
5 days.
I'd
But your
rather
child.
take 5 days with opiates.
Why wouldn't that be an
Knock
option
yourself out.
before? I'd have to...
I wanted to test you.
All right, okay.
Also, just
Dude,
like
Gilbert's very good at improv.
OD on
Second
the
City.
opiates. Be gone.
Oh, that's a good point.
First
Yeah.
day, one and done.
So, yeah, I would do it.
Wow.
Okay, let's do it. I mean,
Yeah,
because
let's
it's
do it.
like... You have to. Because the alternative is no, and then you're that guy. Everyone knows. You didn't save your kid? That's fucking weird. And like, I know, but here I am, guys. Let's go bowling.
Yeah, no one wants to.
No one's gonna hang out with that guy.
Yeah.
You're done. Yeah. You can't be that guy. Who would hang? Hey, there's people swiping right on Casey Fisher, or what's her name? Casey Anthony. There's people swiping right on Casey Anthony. So let's see who else is on here.
Have you ever
Bodega Boys.
Go karts, like the
Yeah.
RPM shits. I never did that in my life, dog. I've never ridden a go kart in my life.
Well,
That's some New York stuff. Because here in Florida, we ride go karts. We make them out of weed whacker engines, all that.
There's two types. There's the ones that are on a rail. That you can't like the ones at Disney.
Oh, that's corny. Yeah.
You got that, but then you got some places that they have that and it's like safer. But then you got the ones that are gas powered and you can really die. Like
that's what I'm trying to do.
In Florida, we went to one and it was like the cars would go up to something like 40 miles per hour. And there's like
Yo!
On the side of shit. Like
that's what I'm trying to get into, B. That's what I'm trying to get into. That's on my bucket list. I mean, I'll probably be doing 15 in the right lane. Let's get the fucking buck.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, it's 50.
Dude, that's me. And that's from PTSD with the cops, with the police, you know? I've had a lot of, and they're all non-moving violations, you know? And they're years ago. But you still get PTSD. I drive in the rear view mirror most of the time. Clean as a whistle, too. Look at that. But that's what he's talking about, probably. I would assume. Check out Bodega Boys podcast. It's one of my favorites. Shout out to the Bodega Hive.
Show something.
Nikki Glazer was on your mom's house.
Nikki, because you're saying, you embrace being vulnerable. So have you had it where
Look at her
you're
face.
no?
She's like, "What are you setting
What am
me
I
up
gonna
for?"
No. It's nothing horrible. It's just this. So as somebody
I'm
that
excited.
you've been on dating apps, and obviously, sometimes you click with someone.
Damn. Tom put on his Nikki Glazer shirt.
And then you guys send each other text messages. Have they ever decided to send you a video message instead of a text?
No.
So this is a thing that we have found.
My guy.
and we embrace because it's odd. It's an odd
I
choice.
like it because I want to see them move and I want to see them talk.
Okay.
Nice things to know at the beginning.
Oh boy. Well,
I think it's
here's-
not a bad idea if you're into the person.
Okay, so imagine you've
Okay.
just like swiped, and you're like, this guy's interesting. Maybe you were like, what are you doing Friday? And then this is what you get in response, right?
Hey Natalia, it's Elliot. So I finally got my video studio up and running. I couldn't help myself. I wanted to shoot this video to invite you to Curio this Wednesday at 7 p.m. We could do 6 or 8 depending on the schedule, but my schedule's pretty tight. When I'm not bartending, I'm shooting videos like this, outreach to the dentist, get them on the phone, selling them, taking care of their ads, all that stuff. So look, man, Curio, awesome spot in German Village. You've obviously heard of it before. It is literally the best hidden kept gem in the city. I mean, you gotta go just for your own self-education of what's awesome in Columbus. You know what I'm saying?
I hate him so much.
Of what's awesome in Columbus.
Yeah.
We're all on that journey, aren't we?
Yeah. Shout out to that guy. I've wanted to do things like that. Early before the internet days. Thank God. I tell my kids, thank God I didn't have the internet when I was a kid, man. I mean, in real life, I told a girl that I was really into, actually, that what did I say? Oh, she said if I was asked me if I was a narcissist, and my reply was or no, I told her that somebody else had asked me if I was a narcissist, and I told her that I'm too humble to be a narcissist. Yeah, and just let that sink in and feel how ridiculous that sounds.
The thing is, he's happy to challenge me, somebody that has no political, very little.
So this is Ethan Klein there. He does the H3 podcast, and he was battling that Crowder fella. And I really don't know why. I don't know the backstory, but you can go to their channels and find that out. And then he surprised him with another dude that he had been ducking, apparently. That's what they say. So this is from the H3 podcast, and I think the clip right after this is the perspective from the Steven Crowder podcast.
Talking and thinking about politics, nor am I a debater, nor am I, let's be honest, intelligent. So if you, right? Let's be honest. So, with all that being
feel
said,
that.
we figured let's get someone who is familiar with the topics, who does spend their time thinking about politics, and who is, unlike me, smart. So, we've got a little surprise for Steven Crowder. So, let's all enjoy the debate.
Ethan, thanks, man, for making the time.
You're very welcome. And I
cut
just
that.
want to say, I know you called me. You said that I would be a layup.
I think I used something like that.
And I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you're
yeah.
right, because I don't think I'm a very good debater.
layup.
I think you know that. So I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
Dan,
what we were going
whenever
to
you're
talk
ready.
about is the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Stephen, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar. What a fucking nightmare. I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave. Remember I told you? I said I guarantee you he's going to do anything he can to avoid the debate.
Well, I just think he believes that he should debate you.
No, he doesn't. He just takes advantage of women with mental health issues.
Steven,
Ethan Klein doesn't stand up and do to his own
I gotta
fighting.
say,
It's just hilarious. Let's bring on FM.
That you would do anything to avoid talking to me. I think the point that you made
Yes,
at
that's
the beginning of
Joe
this
Rogan.
was-
Yeah, Joe Rogan and Ben
Rubin
and Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson and Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris. Everyone's been avoiding.
That's the intellectual dark web. For anybody that doesn't know, they're you got some pretty progressive ideas if you're like a straight white guy, if you're into that sort of stuff.
Get your audience by jumping in.
Well, I debated with Charlie Kirk. Stephen, I mean, it's about issues. Let's talk about those issues.
That's what you're doing
some
here.
Valid
Yeah.
points.
You're
that
so
I think we
clever.
should
I had no
discuss.
idea that you were taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts eyes.
I wish everything.
You take those off with the velveteen buttons.
We must have been
Black
very
eyes,
worried about
aren't
this,
they? Like
Stephen.
a-
I don't know why.
No
it
one's
would be
worried
Oh, come
about
on,
it.
so
Sam. I
concerned.
didn't want to
Well,
do
let's have the
Sam,
debate.
come
If
on.
no
Just,
one's
I'll tell you
worried,
what. I
let's
have a
do it.
general.
Yeah, so it just kind of goes on like that. And then this is the perspective from that was played on the Steven Crowder show. And the links to both of these episodes are down there, so you guys can check those out and dive deep if you want. I'm not really much for the politicos, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's podcast world, right? Sometimes we have to do things we don't like to do.
Hi, Steven.
Hey, Ethan, how you doing, brother?
Hey, I just want to say on a serious note that I'm glad your wife is okay. I heard you had a little bit of...
So this is like a candid conversation that was before they went on air, that Crowder put on his podcast just to show, I guess, that he got ambushed, is what he's saying.
With your wife.
Well, she's pregnant with twins, so
Yeah.
it's like well. By the way, congratulations too. I know you guys are
Thank you.
in the same process. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
They switch
Can you
and they
turn
breach.
down a little bit?
Oh, sorry, am I too loud for you?
No, I just told Dan, our producer, to turn the volume down a little bit. You're
I'm
good.
gonna take out my gum.
Yeah.
Ethan, thanks, man, for making the time.
You're very welcome. And I just want to say, I know you called me. You said that I would be a layup.
I think I
which
used
is
something
fine,
like
which
that.
is
Yeah,
fine,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I think you're right, because I don't think I'm a very good debater. I think you know that. So I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what we
So,
were going to
Dan,
talk
whenever
about
you're
is the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it
Mosquito.
regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe, and we talked about this.
See, that's what's weird is that Sam Cedar pops up on the Crowder version a lot earlier than the the H3 version, but he doesn't react until Sam Cedar is framed up.
I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that
So
kind of
boom. You can kind of tell his body language changes right there when he pops up, you know, but he doesn't want to kind of ruin the big reveal, you know, until he's framed up. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know.
All right. So what we
So
were going to
Dan,
talk
whenever
about
you're ready.
is you know, the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe, and we talked about this through Playful Ribbing, in an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices to make an informed and rational decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Stephen, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Cedar. What a fucking nightmare.
Thank you, Stephen.
I had no idea this was going to happen.
I don't know. Don't really care.
The way my podcast worked out was so inconceivable to me.
So this is Dak Shepard on Take Your Shoes Off. If I'm not mistaken, this is probably the last clip. So if you dig it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll keep doing it. Love you.
So I'm not building anything. I'm at a place I couldn't have dreamt of it being, and I guess if anything, I'd like it to stay where it's at. Like I'm not. That's so. And what that's given me is, it is only about this. I'm only doing it because this conversation you and I won't schedule. We just won't. We love each other.
You're saying if it weren't for podcasting.
Yes, we're only doing this because of this silly excuse to do it, this podcast.
Yeah.
But this is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Truly.
I connect with that big time.
And in the state of flow you get into, which you could only relate. For me to motorcycle riding, maybe for you basketball, whatever it is, like the augmenting of time that happens while you're doing this. I don't know if we've been doing this for 11 minutes or 43 minutes. I don't know. That's so euphoric to me. So for me, it's... I am grateful to be at a place where it is just about process. And by the way, they don't get worse or better if that's all it's about. I think.
Right.
You can have faith. I would maybe this will hit home because he's our other Chappelle, I would imagine for you as well, is Bill Murray. So Bill Murray's on Letterman. Letterman says, do you recognize that you created a comedic paradigm that has just gone on for 30 years, like that everyone's virtually doing what you created in the 80s? And of course that's hard for him to take that compliment, but Letterman goes, how are you so good? How are you consistently just so good? And he said, if I can slow down, breathe, and know that it always comes to me.
Yeah, I know.
I always have it. I'm good.
Yeah.
And I heard that and I was like, oh my God. Could it really be like that? Could I have that faith in myself that just existing, it'll happen?